Hey there you guys, it is me, RandomJosh, and I'm back again with another Random Monday video. And today, as you can tell by the title as always, we're going to be talking about Avengers Endgame. So, for those of you who don't know, which is probably like none of you, I think everyone knows that Avengers Endgame has recently just been released. It's, you know, such a big thing here. It's like the finale of all finales. It's the 22nd film in the series, which is incredible. And I luckily got to see it this past weekend with some of my friends, which was really good. And I thought I'd just give my like honest opinions, reviews, little, you know, bits and bobs, like let's have a chat about it. So before we start, obviously there will be spoilers which come up in this, so if you have not watched Endgame, please stop watching now. Still watching? Okay. So you must have watched Endgame, or you have not watched Endgame, but you just don't care for spoilers. So, where do we even begin? A lot of people have like really mixed reviews about Endgame. Obviously it is a 3-hour movie, which is quite intense to sit through. I'm not gonna lie, I literally was sat in the cinema. So I went to this one in Bromley, and the seats are like recliners, which is really nice because sitting in a normal cinema seat would be absolute hell. But even the recliners were just like, my back started hurting and I was like, oh my god. But again, being sat down for like 3 hours straight, probably not good for your body, but hey ho, worth it. But yeah, so the movie being so long, it just kind of, I can tell that a lot of people who maybe haven't been as enveloped into the Marvel universe, they would have found it a little bit boring. But those of you who, you know, are really enveloped into the Marvel universe and, you know, really appreciate all the little details and Easter eggs. So I do not claim to be, you know, an absolute Marvel fan head and, you know, geek nerd, whatever you want to call it. I'm not one of those. I do really do love Marvel, and I love learning about, you know, the histories behind things. And I really love these films as well, so I'm like, I'd say I'm on that side more, but I'm not one of those people that could make a video about, you know, the hidden Easter eggs. I'm the one that watches the video about the hidden Easter eggs because I love to like learn more about these little things, you know, that they don't always talk about. And I'm like, oh, because I've not read all like the comics and stuff like that. Comics were never really my thing as a child, and yeah, so I've not really, I've kind of just learned about these Marvel characters through their films, so whatever is said in a film is what I pretty much know, unless, you know, I've sat down and watched a certain online video. But yeah, the film is, it's really good. Like, the end fight scene, I think that was really well done. Like, I knew that they were bringing people back, but I didn't just fully anticipate just how many people there were going to be like bringing back and putting into this battle. I was like, oh my god. You know, seeing everyone stand up and fight. And again, like Infinity War, they had that moment of women empowerment, of like the girls all coming together and just fighting with just them. Love that moment. Captain Marvel, I thought that she, you know, wasn't that present in the whole film. I thought that she was going to be more involved. So like, I'd say she was obviously involved in like the very, very first bit, and then like the end bit. That was it. It was a bit like, okay, so we made this big fuss about her being, you know, the one who's gonna, you know, help them kill Thanos, but like, really, for like half of it, she wasn't even involved, so it's like, oh, that's a bit strange. Do you know what I mean? I loved the details about how, you know, Nebula's mind was still linked with her old self, and like, that therefore made Thanos realise what was going on, and then bring him into the future. That was, you know, wild to me, really. And just seeing, again, the fight scenes, like, they were just really good. And the fact that Captain America just suddenly is able to wield Thor's hammer, I cannot say the freaking name of it because it's such a crazy name, but you know, he's able to wield that and Stormbreaker. I was like, what? I think all of my friends were sat in the cinema going, oh my god. Because it was so mildly hinted in Age of Ultron, where Steve Rogers was the only one that could kind of partially, like, he moved it that tiny little bit. But where this came from, it was insane. Like, I did not expect him to be able to wield it and use its power as well, which is insane. Like, really insane. But yeah, so seeing him, you know, really come forward and battle and all of that stuff was really, really fun to watch. It was fun to watch. And I think a lot of the film I was sitting there kind of like, because a lot of us knew people were gonna die, so I think through the entire film we were sitting there going, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Now, I won't lie, I did know about the ending, and I'm very, very, very sorry. If you do not want to know the ending, please stop now, because, you know, extreme spoiler warning. I'm going to be talking about the people who die now, so if you don't want to know who dies, cut this video off right now. But if you don't care, and again, if you have watched it, let's continue on. So, obviously at the end of the film, we saw the funeral of Tony Stark. I did know, in a sense, that he was going to die, and I kind of gathered it. A lot of, like, you know, thought process went into it, and I was like, he's got to be one of them that gets cut off, which is sad because he is such, like, he's like one of the first people that everyone sees with Marvel films. He's always been there, he's always been present. It's just a bit of like a kind of, oh. And then on just to top that off as well, having Captain America kind of go back in time but then not come back. So I didn't foresee it before actually seeing the movie, but once we were in the cinema and got to that kind of stage of it, and he was the one that went back in time to put the stones back, it kind of clicked when Bucky turned around and looked. I either thought that it was going to be a gravestone of Steve, or it was going to just be an older version of him, but it obviously was just an older version of him. And the fact that, you know, he went back and lived out his life with Peggy, which I think was a really nice touch to it, because, you know, he kind of gave everything of his life away for everyone else and threw her away as well, which was really sad. And to now kind of reverse that and flip back and, you know, actually spend his life with the person that he loved, it was really nice. Really soppy, which is not like common, but you know, I enjoyed that. And of course the Soul Stone scene. Soul Stone? What did I just say? Oh my god, please tell me I did not just say Soul Stone. Soul Stone scene, which involved Clint and Natasha, which is Black Widow and Hawkeye, who were going to get it. Now, those people who know, in order to retrieve the Soul Stone, you have to give up that with which you love. So it's a soul for a soul. So one of them had to die, and I completely, again, did not see either of those two dying in this film. So when it came to that scene, I was like, oh no, one of them's gonna have to die. Like, that's really sad. But in all honesty, I thought, out of the two, I thought more towards them choosing Hawkeye to die. But when Black Widow was the actual one who died, I was just gobsmacked. I really was. I did not expect to see them kill off such a, you know, character which basically everyone has kind of seen her journey through the MCU, but then she hasn't yet had her solo film. She hasn't, you know, been given her spotlight yet, which then they've already killed her off. It's a bit like, oh. But I think they are still doing a Black Widow movie, which I assume is just going to be her past life, so like her before the avenging days and all of that good stuff. But yeah, so overall, my thoughts on Endgame, I think it was a really good kind of ending of this like period and phase and this big storyline, because it's been going on for longer than we know. This 22 series didn't realise, you know, it wasn't obvious from day one that this was how it was gonna flow, and it's only become obvious within the last few, like those little pieces of information which came from the like original movies, which, you know, we wouldn't have known, and they link everything, just links, and it's like insane. So to the people at Marvel, well done to you guys, honestly. Brilliant movie, really good. I do want to see it again, just because it's such a long movie. Like, I feel like I've missed certain little key bits, and I know what Marvel is like with their little hidden bits and bobs, so I do low-key want to, pun intended, but yeah, I do want to go back and watch it again for a second time, just because there is so much still to see within that movie, and so much happened that, you know, your brain doesn't always compute it properly the first time around, so going that second time might actually get it to sink in a little bit better. But anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys there. That is my basic, you know, review of Avengers Endgame, because I've just seen it and I thought, why the hell not give it to you guys? Obviously, you know, the usual, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, let me know down below in the comments and give it a nice little thumbs up. Also, if you have seen Endgame, let me know down below what your thoughts were, and also who is your favourite Endgame character. If you want to know who mine is, mine would have to be probably Captain America, for that freaking fine ass. I love the fact that they brought that up in the movie as well. Phenomenal. That ass. It's America's ass. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, and I will see each and every one of you guys Peace out, bitches.